Hi, this is Al Rail back here again today to bring you the third in our series of helping you cope with these extraordinary times. Hopefully you're still staying healthy at home. Hopefully you're still trying to work some of those brain exercises I gave you in the first two sessions. In the first two sessions, we talked about staying in control and the importance of that to reduce and fight off that stress. And then we talked about this in the second session about keeping our minds and putting our minds in a good place. Again, the importance of contentment and a positive attitude and how that helps us will make clearer decisions and to be more positive and productive, not only now but in the future as we work through this. Today we're going to talk about a third one, which is really staying connected with a purpose. Staying connected with a purpose. Now, why is that important? You know, social connections are truly, truly important. You know, I saw a study that said 70% of people right now miss connecting with others because of the coronavirus. Surprised that it wasn't even higher than that. But actually the feeling of being disconnected, the feeling of lack of being connected to others is a significant stressor on our brain. See, our brains are very social. They are meant and wired to connect with other people's brains. Here's a simple test. Have you ever seen somebody yawn and had the urge to yawn? That's your brain and the social connections, the mirror neurons and the other parts of the empathy parts of your brain connecting with other human beings. And when we miss that, we really struggle, and our brains struggle with that. They've done studies and they've proven that social pain, as the researchers call it, creates the same amount of intense brain activity as physical pain. The pain of feeling disconnected from a group can feel the same strength and intensity as a broken arm. So it's real. It's real. So how do we connect with others, and how do we connect with a purpose? Hopefully you've found ways to stay connected with others. Hopefully you found ways through FaceTime, through calling, through video chatting, or whatever you're doing, waving to your neighbors or doing whatever you're doing to stay connected in some way. If you're not, I've got an idea for you. But if you are, I'm going to give you a couple of suggestions that will be really powerful ways to make those connections even more potent and even more fulfilling. Let's say you're not as connected as you want to be with somebody, right? What can you do? I took this idea from actually brain lessons learned from people in solitary confinement. How do they keep themselves from going completely insane while they're alone for hours at a day, days at a time, weeks at a time? Well, one of the key ways they did it is they drew inspiration from the positive memories they held of others. So you can do the same thing at this time. You can draw inspiration from the positive memories that you have with other people. And paint that picture. Don't just say, I remember Jim. Jim was a good guy. We had fun. Get as specific as possible. What were you and Jim doing? What happened? What happened that day on the golf course that maybe you went and started laughing? And what was the weather like? What were you wearing? Paint the picture in your head as specific as possible. The more granular and the more detail that you can provide, the more powerful the emotion and the positive memory will be. Stay positive on that. If you need a trigger to help that memory, go look through some pictures in an old picture book or on your computer or on your phone. Look at a picture. It could trigger a memory, and that memory, and start thinking about it. That will be a positive way. But let's say you are connecting with people. Let's say you are making connections through FaceTime or video chatting or whatever. Here are two ways to make those connections even more powerful. The first, remember we talked about gratitude as a path to happiness? Why don't you have and call a gratitude happy hour? Let's serve up a gratitude happy hour what you want to do, bring your friends together. Maybe you're already doing that. But at the end or the beginning of that gathering, go around all the friends that have been gathered or the family that's been gathered. Ask everybody to state, what are they grateful for right now? What are they grateful for right now? And go around and have everybody state what they're grateful for right now. The second thing you want to do is go around the gathering again, and this time ask everybody to state one piece of appreciation for somebody else who's on the call or in the room if you're doing it with your family at home. What am I thankful for right now? And who do I want to show appreciation to right now? And when you show the appreciation, remember, be as specific and as generous as possible. And when that appreciation is shown, the person who receives it, don't forget to accept it graciously. In this gratitude happy hour, beverage of choice is totally optional. It's a way to bring people together in a positive, uplifting way. So if you're coming together, add this 10-minute exercise or this 10-minute gratitude practice to the end of your call or to the end of your session. It will connect more strongly with you, with others, and will uplift everyone's spirits. The second powerful way to make connections even stronger is to really practice powerful empathy and really understand and practice this powerful empathy. It is particularly needed when you see or feel someone who may be struggling. Now, empathy is not sympathy. Empathy is not pity. Empathy is not liking somebody. Empathy is not agreeing with somebody. Empathy is recognizing the situation of someone else. And recognizing their situation, acknowledging it, and trying to help them through it. So if you have a friend or loved one who seems to be struggling, make sure you can practice powerful empathy. Don't dismiss their feelings. Don't say, oh, don't worry about it, everything will be okay. Don't minimize their feelings. Don't say, oh, don't worry, it's not that bad. Don't minimize or dismiss their feelings. And don't get sucked into their drama. Don't get pulled down into the woe is me, self-pity place. Try to be a strong, supportive friend, an empathetic listener. And how do you do that? You ask two really powerful questions. The first question, what are you feeling right now? What are you feeling right now? Now, you don't ask what's wrong. Because if you ask what's wrong, that oftentimes person will become defensive. Their brain protective thing will kick in and they'll just say, oh, never mind, nothing's wrong. I'm okay. Or they could sense that you're judging them. Don't ask what's wrong. But remember, we talked about labeling your emotions. Ask them the question, what are you feeling right now? And then just shut up and listen. After they're done talking, you want to acknowledge their feelings. And you can say something like, I am so sorry you're so sad. Or I'm sorry you're feeling so discouraged right now. After you make that acknowledgement, ask them this powerful question. How can I help us get through this? Not how can I help you, because that puts you in a more superior place. But how can I help us get through this? Those two powerful questions. What are you feeling right now? And how can I help us get through this? Will demonstrate that you are a supportive, strong friend and somebody who wants to make a connection with somebody in these extraordinary, difficult times. So, for wrap up, we talked about let's have a gratitude happy hour. And I'd love to hear, send me an email, send me a comment about how your gratitude happy hour went. We talked about really triggering a positive memory and drawing inspiration from that positive memory from a disconnected friend or loved one. And we talked about practicing powerful empathy through the really two powerful questions about what are you feeling right now and how can I help us get through this. So until next time, I hope you stay healthy. I hope you stay healthy at home, and I hope you stay strong. Keep thinking that we are going to get through this. Keep thinking we are going to get through this together, because how you think defines how you act. And we all want to act in the most powerful, positive way possible. See you next time. And I actually still need a haircut.